For my FigJam, I designed a Shadowbox kind of brainstorm using a template that was originally made for scientific research or like English research projects. In addition to this template, I've added a couple of sticky notes and kind of changed the original design to having multiple groups. So it starts with the sticky notes that I've color coded, and the colors stay throughout so that each group knows where they're supposed to be working, but they'll be able to see what group they're in. And then moving to the next stage, this is kind of the main brainstorm stage where they're just coming up with random ideas. So I'm going to utilize this timer up in the corner while they do a 1-minute word brainstorm and come up with just random words, first things that come to mind. And then from there, they combine these words into potential concepts for their shadow boxes. And these shadow boxes are multiple source, so that'll work on perspective, collage, and just that innovation idea. And then moving forward, I've added this pretty large sticker saying, let's pause to remind students that we're going to meet back as a class before we move to the next stage so that I can kind of explain, answer any questions, but also clear up what's expected in the next stage. So this next stage is all about sketches and kind of seeing how those brainstorms are actually going to work and changing up layouts and everything. So each group is color-coded, like I said earlier, and from there they are going to start with 10 potential concepts or layouts for their designs, and then they're just quick little sketches. So I've used sticky notes because I like that they can be color-coded, and then they'll pick their favorite 3 ideas from this 10 sketch activity, and I've added a sticker now because before they move on to the final step, they need to get feedback from me, whether their project is approved, appropriate, or might need to be adapted a little bit to best meet their level. And then I've used this last section to go from back to front of the box, focused with background, and then showing that perspective of how things get closer, and how things in the back might be a little bit smaller. I've also utilized the polls on FigJam, which this is just a little check-in with the group members so that I can make sure that everybody voted that their project is done before they move on to the next stage. So I like this idea of all the groups being together. I could do it separate, but I think it's cool to kind of see the other ideas that groups are doing, and they can compare how differently their brains thought throughout this design process. This project meets the student ISTE standards of creative communicator and innovative designer. Under creative communicator, it meets C, which is communicate complex ideas clearly and effectively by creating or using a variety of digital objects such as visualization, models, or simulations. So this does a great job of using a digital tool to help visualize their project and come up with the concept that they want to stick with. Under innovative designer, it meets A, which is know and use a deliberate design process for generating ideas, testing theories, creating innovative artifacts, or solving authentic problems. So this is obviously a design process, and so it really meets this well, where they're able to generate ideas, kind of see it through, and it's just a total brainstorm process where they're moving from step to step and just narrowing down as they go. Overall, throughout FigJam, I really like the concept of this interactive whiteboard where everybody can see and edit, and also the teacher can see who added and edited things. I think this is great for holding people accountable. I also like all of the additions with the stickers, the polls, the pictures. It kind of makes projects flexible and can be whatever students want them to be. The one thing I struggled with throughout was kind of just understanding the layout and how things are added and how things work. But as I messed around with it more and kind of experimented with other people's, I figured it out. So I think FigJam's a great project to use.